All right, Pops. We got to talk about the Bills and Keon Coleman. So I just updated you a little bit about the news for the healthy scratch. We're going to talk to the people about it. If you guys do not know, not know anything about it, the simple fact of the matter is he didn't show up to a meeting. They benched him for one game because the game was the next day or that day. I don't want to recall it wrong. But then the following week, which was this week, they decided to bench him again. They benched him again, and that indicates to me that he's been benched for a reason, Pops. This isn't his first time missing a meeting, in my opinion. So, what do you think for a top 2 round draft pick? They pick him up to be their number 1. They go out and sign Joshua Palmer to bring in. They think that they have a 1 and a 2 combo, however that works out. But then now you got a guy more than likely not even showing up or taking things too serious until it comes to game night, Dad. Dion Dawkins, star offensive lineman, also had a couple of words with him on a one-on-one. He basically was just letting him know, we can't have it, man. We all got to count on one another, and if we're here, you got to be here. Showing up is the easy part, you know? So we all got to be accountable for it. So I think it's a strong message, Pops, but also I think it's a different type of message, and maybe there might be just a little bit more there than just him missing one meeting. What you think?
Saying to make now you know why they did sign Palmer.
Yeah.
And definitely from a need when they can't even get them on the right page.
So you think they signed Palmer just because they already knew Keon had some issues going on, and they were just ready to say, okay, let's get a new number 1 in. But they're not even giving him number 1 targets even when Keon was there. So it's like they still, even if that's true, it's like they still wanted Keon to be the guy, I think. And I think they're just fed up.
They're just filling the position of the receivers in the 3. That's all they're doing is moving up because what they got at Hitchett or what's his name? The other receiver at the game. I can't think of his name.
Oh, Shavers. Tyrell Shavers. He had like 4 catches for 90 yards. But the last game, I don't even think he got a catch, or maybe he had 10 yards, but I think he only had maybe 2 targets.
And now that Palmer's there.
Yeah.
Like I said, they all take the one.
Well, Palmer was there last week as well, and Shaver still got more targets than what Palmer did last week.
Yeah, I'm just saying, I think as weeks go on, it's going to go down and it's go up.
I could see that. I could see that. And then even if Keon Coleman comes back in, I could also see that as well. Palmer's targets go up while Coleman's targets go down, and we see Palmer take the reins as number 1 wide receiver when it comes to offensive scheme and getting the actual targets, versus being a secondary receiver. And in those situations, being the secondary receiver isn't the best for the Buffalo Bills sometimes, because Josh Allen, he might scramble, but he's always going to look for the pass, and then boom, Shakir's right there or somebody else. You got Kincaid or Knox, and so there's usually about 250 yards receiving on that offense, no matter how it goes. So somebody's going to have to step up, especially with Kincaid being out.
Yeah, that's a big problem for him right now. Was paid out.
Yep. I'd agree as well, Pops. All right, well, you ready to get to the next segment then? Let's do it. Okay, so I'm going to play this, and I want to get your thoughts on how you feel about how the interviewers ask these questions. I think that the questions are very at the athlete, and they already know the answer, but they're not really asking questions. They're more so just reacting to what he's saying, but trying to set him up with I'm here just to talk bad about you, basically. That's just how I view it. I want to get your opinion on these reporters, Dad.
Thoughts on not being
Just got to be better, man. Better on my end.
Was there something that happened that led to this?
Pretty sure everybody already knew that, so I'm gonna leave that where it's at. But just got to be better and focus on next week.
Second time this year, Keon. Is there a a lesson that needs to be learned that you're not learning at this point? Is that what it is?
What you mean?
The second time that something like this has happened to you this year, is there a message not being received? Maybe a better way to answer it.
Nah, I wouldn't say that.
So why does this keep? Why is this the second time?
Again, I mean, mistakes happen, things happen, but again, got to be better.
Describe your conversations with Sean McDermott.
I mean, exactly how you would imagine. Disappointing. I got to be better.
How do you get better?
Doing what I'm supposed to do, doing the right things, being what I'm supposed to be.
When did you find out you were going to be active today?
I mean, I knew that. Shit, you can't keep doing, you can't make those type of mistakes. You know, you're a professional, so.
Keon, there were two different reports today. One that you were late to the meeting and one that you missed. Can you give any clarification on this?
I mean, late, missing, saying difference. You're not where you're supposed to be, but I was late.
Yeah. Did they give you any indication about Thursday night? Possibly playing 4 days from now?
Nah, I mean, we just finished the game. We'll focus on next week when we get there.
How difficult is it to stand and watch your teammates go off and play?
I mean, I wouldn't say it's difficult. It's disappointing. But I mean, when you understand what resulted, like what happened to make that happen, then you get it. So you just got to be proud of your teammates and root for them.
How do you approach moving forward from this?
You said what happened?
How do you approach moving forward from this?
Same thing. You know, just get prepared for the next game.
You got to build trust with Josh. Do you think you feel like you let him down by not being able to, not being out there with him today?
Yeah, I mean, I know that's probably disappointing, of course. But you'll have to, ask him for that, for sure answer. You know what I'm saying?
Thoughts on not being active?
What do you think, Pop?
Good. He done good handling it.
I think the PR training was really good. I feel like there wasn't one question there that was like legitimate, actual question to where it was, hey, I came here as an interviewer trying to get good questions or a good, interview or whatever the case was, a good couple of questions in there. I feel like it was more so just, hey, let's bash him in as many different ways about the exact same thing and make him talk about the exact same thing in like 10 different ways. And to me, it was just like, come on, like, where's like the research at going in there or anything else?
Trying to manipulate the answer.
Mm-hmm. It's like,
that's all it is.
It's like everybody was there trying to get that one soundbite so that they had the clip that they could post on social media, to get a bunch of views and say, oh, yep, I was the one that asked that question. And you're not even asking an actual question. You're asking something that you can answer for yourself. You're asking common knowledge. Do you think that you disappointed Josh Allen by not being out there? Duh. Like, you know what I mean, Pops? Like, come with an actual question. I think if you get, like, private access like that, I think you should be respected enough as a reporter, which they probably are. But I feel like, respectfully, you have to have some bit of good work. Like, at some point, you got to do your job, too. You can't just go in there trying to do that. And I feel like that's 95% of the reporters on pregame and postgame interviews. I feel like majority of the time, especially if it's anything that's not 1,000% positive, it, is always pushed in a negative narrative so that it looks good for them on TV or for their job.
I see that.
But yeah, that's going to wrap it up. I just didn't like it personally, Pops. I just thought that it was like, a whole bunch of reporters sitting there trying to bully an athlete just to get a clip.
Like that, they're trying to like an answer.
Subscribe to the Juiice and Pops Show